Howdy doody fellas, this is your host Super Poopie, and disclaimer, I just want to let you guys know that this is from the perspective of self-defense. I'm not encouraging anyone to go out there and massacre people with samurai swords because, that's not cool. So these are just, just recommendations, and take what you can from it, but obviously don't take it too serious because the main goal of this video is to entertain you guys, but slightly inform you guys also. So, again, I'm not inciting violence, and I'm not trying to encourage people to go massacre people with fucking samurai swords. Anyways, let's continue with the video. Howdy doody fellas, this is your host Super Poopy, and today we'll be discussing the Japanese samurai katana. Alright, this weapon has been the primary weapon of the Japanese warrior for hundreds of years, alright? This thing saw action even in World War II when people had machine guns and rifles. Okay, the damn sword is so good, it would cut through a freaking 30 caliber machine gun, alright? It'll cut that metal no problem. And there's actually records of this. There's no photographic evidence, but I just heard about it. And the Japanese, they're masters at making swords, okay? So don't underestimate these blades, alright? So it's some serious business. If you're caught reloading and a Japanese imperial officer approaches you with a sword, you're fucked, okay? One of your limbs is gonna be gone, alright? But anyways, this video is more of a conversation about melee weapons during shit hitting the fan. And what do you guys think? Okay, so I need you guys to be active in the comment section, all right? And we're also going to be looking at some potential enemies and what we see when it comes to like these riots and hostile people, you know what I'm saying? We talking Antifa communists, we talking unhinged BLM, because let's keep in mind that most BLM people have good intentions, okay? And disclaimer, I am not supportive of BLM because of their connections to Marxism, because fuck communism. And also city cops, mainly city cops, okay? Because city cops are the ones that mostly enforce unconstitutional bullshit and pull off a lot of asshole shit, okay? Luckily, most sheriff's departments, from what I see, they're very respectful, very cool, laid back guys. But also you got to keep in mind that 60% of cops are wife beaters, so that says a lot about them too, you know what I'm saying? So we're looking at all the potential situations, and I mean even National Guard, right? Even during Katrina, I heard some National Guard members were disarming people during the hurricane situation, so that's a no-go. That's a no-go for me. So honestly, everyone could be the potential enemies, but we're just looking at the main big ones here, alright? And now let's go with, we're just going to talk about the Antifa guys, okay? What do you see when you look at an Antifa riot, or when they attack people, or when they assault people, okay? Most of the time they use melee weapons that concentrate on bashing, breaking, and even every now and then they take out knives, okay? So obviously, bike chains, baseball bats, locks in socks, and which is very common. It's very common in a ghetto high school that I live nearby here. And also shanks, what else? Even shields, shields could do some damage if you're on the floor. You use them as a head basher. But yeah, a lot of those weapons. And I mean, Antifa mostly consists of white cracker beta males, and their punches really don't do anything, so I wouldn't worry much about punches. But of course, never underestimate a hostile, okay? You don't know how powerful they are or what they are, okay? So honestly, if you get ganged up, because the thing about Antifa is that they're like hyenas. If you bump into a single hyena, it's the biggest pussy bitch beta male thing that won't do shit to you. But if you bump into multiple of them, they'll all gang up on you and fucking murder you, alright? Hyenas in large numbers can kill lions, okay? I don't care how much of a Chad Thundercock, how much pussy you get, how many times you go to the gym. That doesn't matter when you're outnumbered. These people could still be dangerous in large numbers, so don't underestimate that. So for some reason, you're alone, right? And Antifa discovers you for some reason. You pull out that samurai sword, you got distance, you got length, and you have a shiny blade, which is going to kill the enemy's morale, alright? And say one of them tries to swing at you, try to do like a sucker punch. Next thing you know, the cool thing about the samurai sword is that it's a quick draw blade. Okay, you pull that blade out real quick. Next thing you know, his arm is flying in the air with the weapon he was trying to bash your head open with blood everywhere. What is that going to do to his comrades? It's going to weaken the shit out of the morale, alright? It's going to demotivate them and fuck them up psychologically. So one of their comrades is on the floor with his arm cut off, bleeding all over the place, probably crying and screaming. That will destroy your enemy psychologically, and it'll let him know, do not fuck with me, I want to be left alone, okay? So that's my argument there, because a lot of the Antifa guys have records, okay? they don't have clean records and they can't get weapons legally. However, every now and then they do. And there's already been a couple times where Antifa members assassinate Trump supporters with guns, so you do have to be careful with that. And obviously, you know, criminals are gonna get guns no matter what. Okay, your politicians are full of shit. Don't listen to them; they're fucking liars. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. And now, as for Black Lives Matter, a lot of them will block roads, and sometimes you just want to get home, and you know, obviously, you need to use the road, right? And sadly, there's this video of this guy in a Prius trying to get through the road. He passes through legally, as he should. And some Black Lives Matter demonstrators chase him in a black truck. And then they stop him and they try to beat the shit out of him. They destroy part of his car. And who stops the Prius? The cops, okay, guys? The cops are not always going to be on your side, okay? Cops, a large percentage of cops are pieces of fucking shit, okay? They're not on your side, okay? And even in this one video where these Black Lives Matter demonstrators start harassing this old white dude, and he flashes a shotgun. Doesn't point the shotgun at them. He just flashes it and warns them, okay? Rightly so, because they're on his property. And then, simply because he had a Trump flag. And the cops arrive, and who do they arrest? The old white man. And what do the Black Lives Matter demonstrators do? They break into his house and steal everything, okay? The cops are not on your side. And of course, Black Lives Matter, you know, they're big fucking hypocrites. They're anti-cop, but they'll use cops. So, you know, be prepared. Have your homies well chosen. And don't trust any of these fucking demonstrators. I know most Black Lives Matter supporters have good intentions. And most of the protests are peaceful. Most of their protests are peaceful. No lie. But, you know, there is going to be, you know, a lot of people that either infiltrate the protest or straight up the Black Lives Matter, the entire protest is just chaos, you know, because there is a lot of trash. Sadly, there is a lot of trash in the black community. That's not racist. That's not bullshit, all right? Because if you look at the black community, a lot of them will, like 75% of the black community is fatherless. And what happens to a child when they do not have a strong male presence in their household to teach them, to raise them? They become very insecure, and they become controlled by their emotions, when in reality you got to be in control of your emotions. And that's why like a lot of the black community is always in gang shit and violent and responds very quickly or whatnot, or more primitive. Obviously this is not racist, so I have to be very careful with my fucking words here. I'm on thin fucking ice, but you know, this is just statistics, all right? So don't go out there be hating. Like, this is not a race thing. It is just simply a fatherlessness thing. Because if you look at Antifa, most of them are white. And most of them, again, don't have fathers. Okay, they're weak, they're communists. And what makes people support communism? Laziness and trying to get laid. Let me explain here, alright? They want to bring down the rich man, right? So they could have equal opportunity. They don't want to put themselves up. They want to put others down. That's what communism is. And that's why a lot of people support it. Because sadly, there's been a mass production of fucking losers here. Fatherless losers here. So, you know, it's quite the pickle. You know, most of the time you can't even help these people. But, yeah, it's quite the pickle. So, yeah, I kind of went on a rant there. But, you know, a bit of the understanding of what's going on in the heads of these people. But anyways, guys, seriously, what do you think about melee weapons? What would you use? And, you know, is this a valuable option, or would you just carry a combat knife? Because I do have a combat knife. But, yeah, let me know. Honestly, I would recommend the Warhammer, because that's more about breaking and bashing than actual slashing, and there's less risk of the blade getting stuck inside someone's bone or inside their body, and then you have to recover the blade, but it's stuck in someone's bone. The enemy's gonna see that, and next thing you know, you're ganged up and you're fucking dead. Okay? But anyways, like and subscribe, much love, take care. I gotta head out, and again, active in the comment section. I'm gonna be responding, alright? Maybe even in a video. Alright, I'm out.